Hello and good night. Usually by that time of the year we would be in Israel. And sorry for all German-speaking people, we gotta speak English today. Because we cannot speak Hebrew. That would be even worse for you, actually. Yeah, by that time of the year we would usually be in Israel. It's Sukkot, it's the Feast of Tabernacles, and and we miss Israel. We miss the streets. We miss the warm nights as we wrote in the invitation already. So we miss the warm nights, we miss all the people at night being outside. And so we decided, as the Israel We Stand With You team, who traveled the last 6 years to Israel every Sukkot, we decided to do something anyways. So hi and hello, and we hope as you are in the lockdown, as we know, and you cannot be outside. We just want to, with this music, we want just send our warm love and greetings to your homes, to your living rooms, and maybe you can just listen to the music in the background like a radio, or we will have some stories, we will have some statements from the last years, and so we have some things prepared, and so we just play music, enjoy the music, and as we always say in the streets of Israel, we're doing this because we want to make a statement of love for Israel, for the Jewish people, and against anti-Semitism. And so this time out of the little home studio. Okay. Of course, to some songs you're already familiar with, and we gotta play the same songs that we usually play in the streets. ממזרח שמשמע בו או מעולל שמה אדוני ממזרח שמשמע בו או מעולל שמה אדוני Adonai, Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai Eloheinu, Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai Eloheinu. שמשמע בו או מעולל שמה אדוני ממזרח שמשמע בו או מעולל שמה אדוני מיקה אדוני מיקה אדוני מיקה אדוני אלוהינו מיקה אדוני מיקה אדוני מיקה אדוני מקימים מעפר, דל מהשפוט, יערים אביון, להושיב עם נדיבים, עם נדיבי עמור, עמור. מקימים מעפר, דל מהשפוט, יערים אביון, להושיב עם נדיבים, עם נדיבי עמור. Amor, מושיבי הכרת הבית הם הבנים שמחה הללויה מושיבי הכרת הבית הם הבנים שמחה הללויה מושיבי הכרת הבית הם הבנים שמחה Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai, Eloheinu. Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai, Mika Adonai, Eloheinu. Maybe we can prepare the second video. Just a short story. This has been, I think, one of the first trips when we met the family that you're going to see in a minute. And this is quite, I would say, relevant also for these days. I don't know if you heard it. I think it was Saturday in Berlin again. Hamburg. Yeah, it was Hamburg this time. There were Jewish people celebrating the Feast of Tabernacles, and one guy, 26-year-old, he came and was actually hurt very bad by somebody carrying also a swastika with him. And so this Jewish guy had to go to hospital, and he's a little better now. But that's not now what the story is about. But what we always experience in the streets of Israel is that people are encouraged by people from Europe, people from all over the world, people especially from Germany, who share their hearts. And so we just realized, and we are not speaking this, or we are not. I'm not talking from a level of like we are somebody, but we always want to come with a low attitude, like with a humble attitude to Israel. That's how we always come to Israel. And we just see that a message of love, that a message of reconciliation is still relevant today, especially from Germans. And just watch maybe this family that we met in Tiberias a couple of years ago. And
First thing is that we want to really say a big wig. First thing is that we want to really say a big wig. Thank you, guys. Big thank you. It's very touching for us what you're doing. And Tzipi, you wanted to say something?
Yes, actually, my grandma was the last survivor of all of her family, and many other people
In the Holocaust.
in the Holocaust, and many other members of the family didn't survive. And for me, you being there, saying the words you said and singing the way you do,
And supporting us.
was very meaningful and touching, and just thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please,
Love you
and please have the strength to do it, even though the majority is not the same. Okay? Thank you.
That was awesome.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
that is what we experience over and over again, those messages. And again, it's not to tell you how good we are or how good it is what we are doing. It's just, we just want to share of what we experience in the streets of Israel. And I think this is this is just an important message.
Yeah. And you know what we always do is when we come, we bring postcards. We have some of the older ones here. And these are postcards. I think we have maybe 12 to 15,000 distributed by now in Israel. They should be somewhere on the fridges all over the country. We print these out, and then on the back side we have personal greetings that we write down. It's just a blessing from friends of us, from our families, from people we know, people who want to bless and just give a nice, a warm word to you. And we have distributed so many of these now. And it's always great to see the feedback, the response of the people just by us.
Read one now. Read one now.
Read one out. Okay, this postcard has not been distributed in Israel. We want to bless you and tell you that there are Germans who are for Israel and the Jewish people. May this postcard encourage you every time you see it. Love, Lena. So this one, and there have been many different ones like this distributed. Maybe we can play in the video to see some more of the responses we got.
So to all the people out there who wrote these notes and many others, thank you so much for your support and for your love that you are spreading. And it's really important for us and for the world to see that. And especially after all that what happened. Yeah, we really love you and thank you for your support and keep doing what you're doing because it's really wonderful and God loves us all. Thank you. Dankeschön.
one. We show sometimes in between the songs we show some live recordings, or not live recordings, but recordings that we did during the playing in the streets. And one song here speaks of that I wrote. Actually, it's in English. It's not Hebrew. Speaks of the people who stand outside in the streets, and I always have the picture because this is so impressive. Or every time we are there. You know, imagine we're standing there in Jerusalem in the Ben Yehuda street, and the lamps there, the street lamps, they have this, because of the nice lamps and the nice light walls, the light, what is it?
Right.
Jerusalem stone?
Yeah, Jerusalem stone.
Jerusalem stone, yeah. It's such a warm atmosphere, even just through the lights. And so the first verse is about this situation when you're standing there making music, and sometimes the atmosphere is like really, really warm. And it says, your beauty eclipses the warm street light. It speaks about Adonai. As we are standing outside here tonight. So imagine, picture us standing there in front of the people. For the eyes of these people, they are telling me of your beauty, your patience, and your majesty. So when I see those people and also responding to the songs in that city, it's always, I can also always see God through it. And this is such a deep experience every time I'm there, also in the last experience, in the last years. So this is a little quieter song that we're gonna play. The warm street light, as we are standing outside here tonight. For the eyes of these people, they are telling me of your beauty, your patience, your majesty. We're seeking, and you gave the key to a life full of hope in our legacy. But we are so weak, and our hearts are too hard to love our neighbor, to love you, my God. The key to a life full of hope in our legacy. But we are so weak and our hearts are too hard to love our neighbor, to love you, my God. It's just by your grace that you pour out. It's just by your grace that you pour out. It's just by your grace that you pour out the beauty of love.
Hello, Barbara. We've just heard you joined the chat. Very welcome.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Chag Sameach. Welcome. Welcome in our little sukkah here. We know it's not outside. I think that's not 100% correct.
And definitely not as pretty as yours.
But you know, we're not Jewish, so we can make it inside. That's fine. We're taking part in the feast as good as we can. We would have loved to come this year when fall came and all the leaves are falling from the trees. We were all like, oh, this is usually Israel time. Usually we'd be in Israel now. And so very welcome to you. Very welcome to all the others of you from Israel who joined the live stream. Maybe you've seen us for the first time here. I don't know. Just short explanation. We have been traveling to Israel since 2014. We started with a group of 5 people making music on the streets, all battery powered. We could move quickly. We brought postcards like these, usually 2,000 or 3,000 a year, and we distribute them. There's a greeting on the back side. And we always came to just bring songs of joy to the feast of joy, to contribute and to take part in the feast. We never wanted to have any money. Sometimes people came and gave us pizza. That was fine. Or falafel, we take that as well. But no money. And that's what we've been doing. This year you were in the lockdown and we couldn't come. So as Marcus said earlier, it's our sabbatical, actually, our 7th year. And but still, we wanted to have this evening with you to play music, to come into your living room, wherever you are right now in Israel or elsewhere, and to join with our music.
Yeah. To give you a little bit more of insight into what we have experienced, to come back to Barbara as well. Barbara, this is a very, very nice lady that we met in the streets. Actually, she met us. And she came up to us and said, would you like to come into my sukkah? And this was in some of the first years. And we decided to go there. We didn't know what to expect, but it turned out that it was a very, very nice and special evening that we repeated on and on. So we not only have been once there, but I think 3 times already or 4 times. I don't know, but very special, very special talks, very special people that are always there, and so interesting. Even Rabbi is sitting there, and then just we speak about different topics, and it's so warm there. And by the way, the food is very good. Chicken soup, and just very, very good food. And so one thing that happened, I think it was last year or the year before, I don't know. But we have one video, actually, Barbara, from your sukkah. I know usually we are not allowed, or we would rather not record things in the sukkah on Shabbat. And but that was a special night, and we did that. And they asked us, could you play a song that you always play in the streets? And we said, we agreed, yes, we can do that. I think we even brought a guitar. But then they said, Barbara, you said to us, no, because it's Shabbat, we would rather skip the guitars and just sing. And so we turned out not only singing, but doing some, watch, just watch.
Good.
So as you can imagine, we always return with, we not only give there, we receive a lot. We receive really a lot, and we gain so good experiences there. We're gonna play this song now.
It might sound a little better than the recording.
Hopefully.
We try. Okay. Click. Ach so. Ach so. Forgot. One, two, three, four. לא תיכה מפחד לילה, בחץ יעוב ימה, מדבר באופל יהלוך, ייפול מצדך ערב, ורבבה ממך, אליך לא ייגש. הוא יצילך, מפח יקוש, מדבר חבוד בעברתו יסך לכם, תחת כנפיו תחסה, הוא יצילך אמן. קרוב אדוני, למיש ברגל. יושב בסתר עליון, בצל שמיים, לידון. So this song, you play on? All right, like on the street, we're spontaneous. This song I actually wrote because the lady we talked earlier about, Barbara, she said one sentence that stuck to me. She said that in Israel, every family, everyone knows, either knows somebody who has been hurt in an attack, in an attack, in a terror attack, or anything else, knows somebody or even has relatives or friends that have been attacked. And that was why I wanted to write this song, Karov Adonai, that the Lord, what it says, that He's close to those who have a broken heart, just as a comfort for those who have experienced this. Because we in Europe, we live so safe. Usually, it's changing a little bit, but we cannot feel into how you live in Israel. So this is a part of trying to support you in this and trying to give you our love as good as we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. פח הלילה, לחץ יעוב ימה, מדבר באופל יהלוך, לא ורבבה ממך, אליך לא ייגש. הוא יצילך, מפח יקוש, מדבר חבוד בעברתו יסך לך לב, תחת כנפיו תחסה, הוא יצילך אמן.
אתה מחזיר ומתעודד
So I would now ask, before we play the next song, I would now ask Linda to come in. She is my sister-in-law. I will tell you of what I have experienced. It's a similar story a little later on, but now I would ask her if she could just share what she experienced in I have the microphone here. Okay, Lena will translate.
Okay, hi. I'm Linda. So, yeah, and it's, ich kann ja auf Deutsch reden, weil Lena übersetzt mich. Also, ist jetzt sehr spontan und ich freue mich so über diesen Abend.
So it's very spontaneous, but I'm so happy about this evening, about tonight.
Ja, ich möchte kurz erzählen, vor fast 7 Jahren,
I would like to tell, almost 7 years ago,
als das Ganze angefangen hat,
when the whole Israel We Stand With You started,
habe ich gerade meinen Job als Krankenschwester gekündigt.
I just quit my job as a nurse.
Und Markus hat mich angesprochen und gesagt, ich würde gerne nach Israel fliegen und das Volk Israel segnen mit Musik auf der Straße.
And Marcus approached me and he said, I would like to bless the people of Israel and bless them with music in the streets.
Und er sagte, möchtest du mitkommen?
And he asked me, would you like to come with us, join us?
So, ich hatte Zeit.
So I had time back then.
Ja, ich habe gesagt, ja, ich komme mit.
So I said, yeah, I'm coming.
Und zu der Zeit war gerade der Gaza-Krieg.
And during that time there was the Gaza war.
Und wir haben Tickets gebucht während des Krieges.
And we booked our flights even while the war was going.
So bin ich mit einem bisschen ängstlichen Herzen dahin gefahren.
So I went there with the heart that was a little bit afraid and fearful.
Und da angekommen, ich habe mich wie zu Hause gefühlt.
And I came there, I arrived and I felt just like I was at home.
Und ich habe es geliebt, auf den Straßen Musik zu machen.
And I loved playing music in the streets.
Und jetzt kommt mein persönliches Zeugnis dazu.
And now my personal testimony is coming.
Ich habe aufgehört zu arbeiten, weil ich war 4 Jahre mit meinem Mann verheiratet.
I quit my job because me and my husband, we had been married for 4 years.
Und wir bekamen keinen Nachwuchs.
And we couldn't have kids.
Ja, eine Ärztin hat mir gesagt, vielleicht können Sie niemals Kinder bekommen.
And a doctor, she told me, maybe you will never be able to have your own kids.
Und ich habe das Volk Israel auf dem Herzen, aber auch sehr Holocaust-Überlebende.
And the people of Israel is on my heart, but also very much the Holocaust survivors.
So habe ich mich sehr gefreut, dass wir einen Tag, als wir da waren,
So I was very happy that we could go one day when we were there.
in eine Art Suppenküche gegangen
We
sind.
could go to like a soup kitchen.
Eine Küche, wo Holocaust-Überlebende gekommen sind, die einfach verarmt waren.
A kitchen where Holocaust survivors could come who were very poor.
Wir konnten ihnen helfen, Pakete packen,
We could help them and even pack packages,
mit ihnen reden.
talk with them.
Und da war diese alte Frau.
And there was this elderly lady.
Und der Leiter von der Suppenküche rief mich zu ihr.
And the leader of the soup kitchen, he called me to come to her.
Und wir haben geredet, oder ich habe geredet mit ihr.
And I talked with her.
Ich auf Deutsch mit ihr und sie auf Jiddisch.
And I talked in German and she talked in Yiddish.
Und ich habe sie verstanden. Und irgendwann hat sie gefragt, und, hast du Kinder?
And I could understand her, and at some point she asked me, so do you have your own children?
Und ich sagte nein.
And I said no.
Und dann segnete sie mich und sagte, du hast ein Mutterherz.
And then she blessed me and she said, you have the heart of a mother.
Ich segne dich mit vielen Kindern.
I bless you with many children.
Und meine Familie war dabei, mein Schwiegerpapa war dabei, Markus war dabei.
And my family was with me, my father-in-law and Marcus.
Und sie wussten von meiner Geschichte und dass ich gerade aufgehört hatte zu arbeiten, weil wir keine Kinder bekommen konnten.
And they knew about my story and that I had just quit my job because we wouldn't be able to have our own children.
Und die Frau wusste von nichts.
And the lady, she didn't know anything.
Und als ich nach Hause kam, 2 Monate später,
And 2 months later when I came home,
habe ich erfahren, was es heißt, dass der Gott Abrahams, Isaaks und Jakobs die segnet, die das Volk Israel segnen.
I really experienced what it means that the God of Abraham blesses those who bless Israel. The God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob blesses those who bless Israel.
Und ich war schwanger mit unserem ersten Sohn,
and I was pregnant with our first son,
Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Und die Jahre danach konnte ich auch nicht mehr mitkommen nach Israel.
And the years after, I couldn't join to come to Israel as well.
Als meine ganze Familie geflogen ist, war ich hochschwanger mit der zweiten Tochter.
When my whole family went to Israel, I was pregnant, very pregnant with my second daughter.
Levia ist geboren
Levia was born,
und jetzt vor 4 Monaten ist Jona geboren.
and now 4 months ago, Jonah was born.
Und es ist einfach ein Segen und ich durfte gesegnet werden.
And it's a blessing, and I was blessed,
Und dafür danke ich Gott.
and I thank God for this.
a beautiful night. What a beautiful night. We are not through yet. We have more than another hour to go. We have more statements, we have more stories, we have more songs, and love from us to your homes, to your living rooms. We miss you, Israel. We miss you, friends that we met there. We miss you. We miss you. Yeah. So, we have 13, video 13. This is Sasha. Sasha is from the Ukraine. He's not here tonight, but he's in the Ukraine. But he joined us the last 2 years and would have joined us as well this year. And he sent you a little message, a little blessing. And just watch and enjoy.
Shalom to everybody and Chag Sameach. And I really miss this time to be together on the streets like it was last year's. And now I am in Lviv, in Ukraine, in my city, and really miss Israel. So I have also some gift that I bought in one store, and I really was blessed by the people who I met in Jerusalem, and also people with a strong faith and with a positive character. So I really bless you, everyone who listen us, who joined this concert, and I bless you to be courageous this time and to be positive and to trust God that He is in control over the whole situation. So let His blessing will be upon us. Bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sasha. If you're watching, I don't know if you're watching, but if you're watching, blessings to you, back to you. Also, the Ukraine has COVID-19, and so we also feel with you, Sash. Thank you very much for your video, and we hope to be able to see you very soon.
Check. Can you give me a shot, Philipp? Hi. So, ich habe gehört, da sind ein paar Schüler von mir da draußen. Ich grüße euch ganz besonders.
So hi, I've heard there are some of my students out there. I greet you very warmly.
And I want to tell that this is one thing that we do. We talk to the people we meet in our working places. I'm a teacher. And ever so often... Sorry. For Germany, we don't need to translate. No. I'm so confused. So ever so often, in our working places, there are possibilities and occasions when we can share what we experience in Israel. So it's such an important thing for us to experience that we are a very, we can make a difference, each one of us. Maybe you're watching from Germany, vielleicht guckst du gerade aus Deutschland zu. You can make a difference. Du kannst einen Unterschied machen in what happens in our country, für das, was in unserem Land passiert. Ja? Such things like Antisemitism.
You can make a difference.
Nein.
Such
so
thing,
Sachen wie Antisemitismus?
That's a no-go.
Das geht überhaupt nicht.
Yeah, and so I'm really happy that we even had an occasion once in my school that we could share this message.
Und ich bin ganz froh, dass wir so eine Möglichkeit hatten in meiner Schule einmal, wo wir diese Botschaft weitergeben konnten.
To the older students.
An die älteren Schüler.
And to tell them that it's Antisemitism is a no-go. It is something really evil, and you have the opportunity to do something different in your life.
Und ihnen zu sagen, dass Antisemitismus etwas ist, was wirklich keine Option ist, das geht nicht, und dass du was Böses, und du hast die Möglichkeit, etwas anderes für dein Leben zu wählen.
So I think it's really great that some of my pupils are also watching tonight.
Also ich finde das wirklich toll, dass ein paar von meinen Schülern auch heute zuschauen.
Yeah.
So a few minutes ago, when my sister-in-law shared what she has experienced and what she brought back from Israel, the blessing, I mentioned that I have a similar story. And I told this story over and over again in the last few years in Israel. And I realized how this story touched people. And even people with a similar situation came up to me in Israel and asked, could you pray for us? And so the situation was, and this is also what the next song is about, it's taken from the Psalms, and it speaks about how a mother is not able to receive children, and where God blesses her house and makes her fruitful. And so I was in Israel a couple of years ago. And by that time, my wife and I, we couldn't have kids. And we went to doctors, and they said it would probably never be possible. And thank you. And we did the same things. So one year I went there with my wife, and we did the same things with the music, with the postcards that we distributed, with the message of support and love and the statement against antisemitism. And by that time, as I said, we couldn't have own kids, but when we returned, we brought a gift back home, and my wife, she was pregnant. And so I'm also always saying I experience what it means that the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob blesses those who bless Israel and the Jewish people. And so one year I even brought her, and tonight it's now 8 here our time. So she needs to go to bed, but I want to show you anyways. Anna, komm mal her zu mir kurz. Da ist mein Schnulli da. Komm mal her. So look, this little beauty. Guck mal, Anna, guck mal dahin. Sagen wir mal Hallo. This is little Anna, and I hope to bring her soon back to Israel. I asked her a couple of days ago, because she said, Papa, I want to fly again. I want to fly with a plane again. And I said, okay, where should we go? And I asked her, should we go, I don't know, I think I should ask her, should we go to America? She said, no. And then I asked her, should we go to Israel? And she said, yes, to Israel. So I hope to bring her soon again. Wollen wir einmal winken, Anna? Du auch einmal? Komm. Ja, gut. Okay, good night. Yeah. Okay, now the song. Maybe because it's a joy song, we show you that we also have some, before we play the song, we also show you that we have some joy. There is a nice laughing video that we had at McDonald's in, where was it?
Nazareth.
Nazareth, yeah. Yeah. This is my brother and our dear friend Mariusz in Poland, who joined us last year to Israel. And they just had I think they were quite tired, but it was still very, very funny, and they had to laugh. So before we start the joy song, let's have some joy watching this video. It's a short video.
What is it? Oh no.
So I actually cannot tell you what this was really about, but it was very funny, and I had to laugh as well there. So the song about what I have experienced with my daughter. Yeah, we were just to mention anyways. So I heard that there is miss you guys from Chaim. Yeah, okay, we mention him. We will mention him in a minute. But first, but this fits all good together. We have to tell you, we're making a lot of friends. A lot of friends and friendships that now last for several years. And this is very nice. Maybe first we're gonna show Chaim. We have some pictures. We met Chaim in the first year. And we, there he is. Oh, where's my beard? This was, I think, the second year. So we met this guy, he came up to us and we became friends. And he even visited us here in Germany. And Chaim, those are your pictures. He sent them to us. And he, so we have this habit that he would just every year take a picture with us in the streets. So you see, our team is always changing. He is never changing.
How can we do it now?
What can we do?
How can we do the picture now?
We need to Photoshop it. This is when he visited us here in Germany. You see, a nice German kitchen. Yeah, thank you very much. And then we just got a note that that somebody from Hadassah Hospital is here. Okay, we need to mention that this story is also very, very unique and special for us because we met Granit, a woman, a very humble woman, but with a lot of influence and with many friends and many good things that she's doing. Yeah, we met her one night when we were playing on the streets, and she came to us and she invited us to the hospital. And we didn't know what to expect, but we went there next morning and we brought our instruments, and they are doing a tremendous work. So their work, what they are doing, and this is all voluntary. They don't get anything for it. They have all usual jobs, the whole team, and the team is also changing from time to time. The whole team is voluntary, and they voluntarily work in Hadassah Hospital, in the big hospital in Jerusalem, and they care for kids. So they come on Shabbats, and they just try to give them some smiling faces through bringing them sweets, cakes, through inviting people like us and playing music, through inviting other people, and just also ministering then to the kids there. And they're doing a very, very good job, and we became good friends. So we have been in her house already, and yeah, maybe, so their work, what they're doing, the ministry is called Helping with Hands. And I don't have the Hebrew name, but they have also a Facebook page. Maybe if somebody of you from Helping with Hands is watching the Healing with Hands, Healing with Hand, Hope. Oh, sorry, Healing with Hope. I mixed that up. But Healing with Hope. If somebody is watching, just send your link into the chat so other people can check out your Facebook page, because you have a Facebook page. And yeah, so many friends that we are making there. And yeah, so another song. Toby is just suggesting a song that he wrote.
Toby, you want to say something to the song?
Well,
Few
yeah.
sentences. If we have a mic somewhere.
Yeah, there's a passage in the Hebrew scriptures of Ezekiel 36 that speaks of a place which we now call Israel, that becomes a home and that becomes fruitful. And so I'm a part of a generation that has seen this thing, or this prophecy basically, to come true. And for me, in my belief, this is really a proof that God is good, that He stands to His promises, and that He keeps His promises. And so it's always also a very big, meaningful thing for me to go to Israel, also for the time of Sukkot, to celebrate and to also to thank God. And I'm really thankful for what we have experienced these last 7 years, and also even now. And meeting the people there and seeing the life that's going on is so precious. And so also from me and from us, a big thank you to everyone from Israel who's watching, and all the people that served us also really well and there and touched our hearts. Thank you very much. And above all, praise to God for what He does, all the good things. Yeah.
A place called home, can it truly be? And is there a cleansing for my iniquity? A heart renewed and a spirit in me. I have a hope. Is there a path for me to see? Yeah. Have become alive before my eyes. The promise revived, and I cannot deny. But who is He faithful like the sunrise, like the painter with passion returns the artwork with His own hands. My soul's at peace, since I can believe and see. Israel, your God lives. Israel, your God lives. Israel, your God lives, and I will show days of my life. Though I walk through the valley of shadow, I will fear no evil. In the presence of my enemies, you set a table before me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me each day of my life. And I will dwell in your house forever. Nochmal, Robin. Of my life, I will remember his goodness all the days of my life.
So, first of all, if Javi is watching, hello. It's really nice to see you, as we cannot see each other on the streets. It's nice to see you at least like this. So, what I wanted to say is...
That's Annabelle, by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Annabelle. Yeah, I'm not a musician, but I often was with the team in Israel. And yeah, it's like Raphael said, when autumn comes, we all said to each other, it's Israel time, isn't it? But we are not flying, so I'm glad we are here. And what I wanted to say is just a big thank you from me for how we have always been very welcomed very warmly when we were in Israel. And we have met over the years so many different people from so many different backgrounds, and I think there are only very few, or even if at all, Jewish people in Israel who have not, or whose family has not suffered or lost someone in the Shoah. And we once met this one man and his wife, an elderly couple, in the streets of Jerusalem, and here they are. And when we met, he told me his story of his family when he was a little child. They lived in Germany, but had to leave, of course, and tried, and they could make it on a ship to the US, so all of them survived. And when he told me this and other stories of his life, he spoke German for the first time after decades in his life. And we ended up sitting, talking, and crying together. And it's not just one story like this. There are so many stories with people being so kind with us. And yeah, it just moves my heart because they have experienced suffered so much things I cannot even imagine in my home country or because of my home country. And today, it's me or it's us. We are taken into open arms, into open hearts, and even into people's homes. And I'm very thankful for this. And then sometimes, or always, the people come and say, so why are you here? Why are you doing this, putting all this effort into it just to make some music and have some talks. But my answer is simple. It's in my life I have experienced that the God of Israel is real and that he is not silent. And for me, coming to Israel and getting to know people like this elderly couple, it enriches my life and it even shapes my life. So thank you for your open hearts.
I think the message that Annabelle just shared, that the God of Israel lives, is so important in these days, because the world is going crazy somehow. I cannot explain everything. I cannot explain why things are happening like that, but whole nations are divided. We have this COVID thing. We have, we have so many distraction, sad things happening right now, and also in countries that are not used to it. And also Germany is not used to a situation like that. I mean, you in Israel, you had in the last years and the last decades hard situations caused by enemies. We here, our generation, we do not experience something like that. And now the lockdown that we had in April is something that we, of course, nobody has experienced something like that before, but we have never ever like something like that experienced, because we have even not experienced war. And so I think also in these times where politics is like divided, where nations are divided, where with all these things, it's so important that we have to know and remember, nothing in this world happens where God is not in control. And I want to encourage you, God is in control. And let's use this time. I also use this time. I used the time in the lockdown. I needed to like evaluate my what have I done, things that I was just, like my everyday life. I had to evaluate it, because it was not everyday life anymore. And so it's just good to just remember the things that God did, to draw near to him, to draw even deeper to him, to find ways where we can go deeper and deeper to him. And maybe the first video is connects also to what Annabelle just said. And this is, does anybody, like Raphael, Tobi, do you want to say something about them? You met them?
Yeah, that's a couple, a Jewish couple from the States. They were at the feast in Sukkot in Jerusalem at that time. Malka and Jerry.
Yeah, it was Pesach.
Ah, yeah. Okay. One year we had 2 trips to Israel, one at Sukkot and one at Pesach. So this was at Pesach, and we were sitting there in Ben Yehuda where we usually play, and started talking with them. I think we didn't even play, right? We didn't even play. We just talked to them, right? And they told us their story of how they fled from Europe, from Germany, to what later became Israel. And I mean, you all know these stories, just crazy stories of miracles and surviving. And for me and for us as a group, it's always such a privilege to be able, as Germans, as young Germans, to come and to offer this love, this reconciliation, and this comfort. We feel that it is very strong. As Germans bringing it, but also we are so thankful for the response we get, the open hearts, the warm welcome, which has been mentioned here several times now. The open hearts, we are invited into houses, and now then we meet people who have actually survived the Holocaust. We've had real Holocaust survivor. They showed us the numbers on their arms, and they cried with us, and we cried with them. We had so many powerful moments where we met people, really. And so this is Malka and her husband Jerry, and let's hear what they told us.
Also, das ist Malka, ja?
Malka.
Ja.
Right. So you wanted to say something?
Yeah.
I'm extremely surprised to meet people from Germany that come and volunteer and want to give us a good time and play music for us. It's amazing, and it was really a very moving a experience for me. And we listen to you people, how you do it, and you love Israel, and we love Israel because this is our land. So we are really very touched by it. Right. So
Thank you very
that's
much.
it. Yeah.
Before we play another Hebrew song,
Greetings to Legnica.
to Legnica.
Our Polish friends are also with us.
Ah.
Hey.
Mariusz.
Mariusz as well?
I think so, yeah.
Ah, Mariusz. So our dear friends from Legnica, who would have even joined this year with us to Israel, it's a pity it couldn't happen. They are watching as well. So greetings to Poland, greetings. We love you. Hope to see you soon again. It's actually possible to see them. So we should meet soon. Granit is also there, I just heard. Granit, mwah, we love you. Okay, we play another song. Oh, yeah, that's good. It's called Ein Kadosh, and it's written by our bassman, who's not here tonight. It's his father. And he is actually on holiday. It's possible here. Again. Yeah, Ein Kadosh Ka Adonai. And I just hear, Johan is also there? Johan. Johan, I'm sorry, we have to greet these people. Johan, who joined us last year, and you will see him in a minute because he sent a video as well. Johan joined us last year, and he fell in love with Israel. And I'm sure he will be back soon in Israel as well. Not now, after the song. He sent a video, we show it after the song. Ein Kadosh, Ein Kadosh Ka Adonai, 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 Ein Kadosh Ka Adonai. Adonai, Amanu, Amanu ve'aninu, 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 Amanu ve'aninu. Ein Kadosh Ka Adonai. show Wolfgang's video? Because Wolfgang, who wrote this song, also sent a video. He's on holiday. And he has a little message for you.
Hello, this is Wolfgang from Germany. In my understanding, you only write someone a song if you love them very much. I would like to greet you very warmly with a song that I wrote for you, Israel. יברכך אדוני מציון כל ימי חייך יברכך אדוני מציון כל ימי חייך שלום ורוד והוא בקש שלום ורוד והוא שלום Shalom al Israel, Shalom al Israel, Shalom.
Hello everybody, good evening. And greetings from Germany from my side as well. My name is Johan, and I went to Israel last year for the first time in my life. And it was during Sukkot in October with the team of Israel We Stand With You. And I hope you are enjoying your time right now and enjoying the songs and the messages and the greetings from us. Because this year we cannot visit you, and we just hope that through this you are encouraged and know that we are thinking of you, know that we are praying for you. And so as said, it was last year for me the first time that I could go to Israel. I was looking for a way to go, and then things came together with Marcus and the team of Israel We Stand With You. So we went on the streets, and this was for me, I believe, a really great way to get to know Israel and to get to know the culture, to get to know the people of Israel in a very different way and than by a tourist trip or something. And I think it was a really great start for me to get to know the culture and to get to know you people, because we just went on the street and we could encounter you just in real life as how you are in real life. And one thing was really outstanding for me, and that was on the first night. And I hope you are watching, Asaf and Ani, because I met you guys on that evening. It was one of the first encounters on the streets with some people of Israel. And what was really outstanding was that you guys invited us directly to your homes and to spend time with you and to have food together. And this is something that was really, when I think of it, this is really something special. And it was not only you guys, Ani and Asaf, because some other people also invited us. And this is something very typical, I believe, for you, for your culture, just to invite us in your homes. And this was also a great way to get to know the people of Israel in a different way as it would have been possible through a tourist trip or something. So yeah, and I just want to say thank you and Chag Sameach. Enjoy the holidays. It is a different holidays this time for you. But anyway, I hope you have a great time, and I still wish you also for the rest of the evening that you can enjoy the music and everything else. So have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Johann, thank you for your video. So Johann joined us last year, as he said. And Johann, I know you are watching. I think he's watching on YouTube. We have a parallel stream to YouTube. And Johann, yes, I can give you confirmation. I just heard that Asaf and Annie, they are watching. And so the message, I think they received them. And Noam, blessings and greetings to you. We just messaged the last days. And he told us he is very good and improving more and more. He is a very good photographer and videographer from Israel. He is a young man, and I talked to him, and he invited us again to their house and said he wants to travel next time, sometime with us, to make some footage about what we are doing in Israel. So we count on you. I'm coming back to that offer, and we would love to see you soon again. And also blessings to your house and to the lockdown. Israel, we stand with you. Okay.
סגן נפשי להודות את שמך הוציאה ממסגן נפשי להודות את שמך אתה מחסי אתה חלקי בארץ החיים אתה מחסי, אתה חלקי בארץ החיים. אתה
Really moved by the message of seeing German people who are extending their love for Israel and the state of Israel and the Jewish people and trying to bring people together, especially after the history, and just trying to bring it together. And for me, it was amazing because I felt like I now want to extend my feeling, my good feeling toward the Jewish German people and to create a bridge of friendship between. And I think that's beautiful, and that's what these people are doing. It's amazing to see.
No turning back.
On your holy mission, and I feel that you're bringing unity and connection and light and truth. And they say that a little bit of light dispels a lot of darkness. And so whether it's in Germany, in Europe, even here, spreading this message and coming and supporting us, especially on Sukkot, is so powerful. May it lead to lots of blessings, not only for you and for your whole group, but really for the whole world.
Thank you, man.
So, what now?
No turning back.
Maybe we.
Okay, it's all. Oh, by the way, it's all very spontaneous. Philip, is there an option, maybe with this camera or so? We want to show you what is happening actually right here. So, just to give you.
Our TV studio.
It's actually the living room, my parents' living room that we're just sitting in. Come on, Julia.
Mach mal den Schwenk nochmal.
See the flip chart? Go back, please. This is the flip chart with all the videos that we have prepared for tonight. And there we are. And now, Philip, you also have to say hi in the camera.
Hi. Philip was also with us in Israel, dancing.
Yeah. Philip also has something to tell you.
Yeah, so in 2017, I went for the first time to Israel along with the Israel We Stand With You team. And my main job at the time was I was a cameraman, so I was doing a lot of the recording. And what that enabled me to do was see all of the different interactions that were taking place during with members of the team during the music sessions or when the band would take a break. And what really stood out to me was the fact that a number of these conversations, it wasn't they weren't superficial, but they were immediately on a heart-to-heart level. And it was something that really stood out to me. And us also coming as Germans and receiving this, bringing a message of love and support, but it was also seeing how it was received by the people in Israel and by the Jewish people. It's one of those things that we always talk about, how we actually come bringing something, but in return we receive so much as well. And we were really blessed, and I was blessed to see that firsthand. And it definitely it left a lasting impression on me. And on a personal note, one of my highlights was when we drove to Tiberias. We also stopped by the Sea of Galilee, And we spent some time there. I spent some time alone as well. And I was able to reflect, and being in the Holy Land as well, I thought about a close relative of mine that I hadn't forgiven yet. And while being there, I made the decision to forgive him, and it was something that really was important for me, and it's something that I will always identify Israel and the time that I spent there with.
If anybody from the Herzliya School, the Jewish Herzliya School in Cape Town, South Africa, is watching, greetings to you. We remember very often how we met you in the streets, and I hope we will see us in the future, maybe do some things together in the future. So greetings to you.
And we just would like to mention that we, the songs that we play on the streets and that we wrote actually for the street, we have recorded them a few years ago, I think 2 or 3 years ago. and we made an album. It's called Adonai Roi, and you can find this on Amazon Music, on Apple Music, on Spotify. So yeah, if you like our music, you can get the studio version there and listen to that. And yeah.
Raphael wanted to give a little bit. He just mentioned the CD.
Yeah.
What do you mean? We have 5 minutes, like 5 minutes planned, or 5 minutes in the stream? Okay. We have 5 minutes left. The plan is 5 minutes. We go offline. I was just wondering. Okay, maybe the stream is stopping in 5 minutes. So if we have some extra minutes, it's okay. But yeah, just watch. If we are in Jerusalem, or we give you a little bit background, when we're in Jerusalem or other cities, we always set things up and down.
Yeah, well, you can watch 7 and 10 in a minute. Just let you know, we want to let you know when we're on the street. So this is our deluxe edition we have here. Big keyboard, electric guitar, nice studio headphones.
Apart from the drum set.
Apart from the drum set, that's the original street drum set, almost. So when we're on the street, we have all battery-powered stuff. So my keyboard is this size, and it's all more tiny. And you know, that's we want to show you a few videos in a minute, because that's so fun. Also, we drive there as a team, and we have a week or two of very intense and exhausting nights and days, meeting many people and spending as much time on the streets in the nights as possible. And as it is Sukkot, the police doesn't stop us too early, but later on they did sometimes. And we come there and we go to Zion Square, Machane Yehuda or Ben Yehuda, and pick a nice place where we always play and put up our battery-powered instruments, and then we have 2 banners where you can find our webpage and where our slogan is on. We have people on our team who are not musicians, but who go and talk to the people, who give them the postcards to get in contact with them, or Phil as a cameraman, as he just mentioned. And so, yeah, let's have a little glimpse of how this usually looks like when we walk through the streets and try to find a good place to play where there are not so many other bands disturbing us.
By the way, all of our equipment has to fit in our suitcases, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like everything we pack.
We take several kilos, I think. How many kilos of batteries usually with us? 10, 12, something like that. So it's all in the suitcases then.
Was ist das hier für eine Demo?
Wo sind die Pauken und Trompeten?
Weiter unten.
Sorry, we didn't know that we picked these videos. Okay, well, that's kind of how it looks like.
We have a different one as well. But it's some sort of like this, yeah.
We definitely do have a lot of fun.
And we also meet a lot of other nice creatures in Israel always. And just have a look for yourself.
Kamele, ganz viele Kamele.
So
let's translate this. Camels, so many camels.
Let's watch it again. Come, one more time.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Kamele, ganz viele Kamele.
So as you might hear, my voice is always a little bit suffering on these trips. So yeah, that was probably in the midst of a trip. Yeah, but we always have fun as well. We want to sing a blessing over you. And when we're in the streets, and we always say this is actually your heritage. You know the words the best. You heard them many times already. And we as Germans are singing them now over you. And this is really our prayer that you would be blessed in the time of the lockdown, in this great distress, where there's so much division in politics, division in the people. So we just want to bless you from here, and that we want to say that you have friends here in Germany. And it's actually not only us. We know many hundreds of other people who really love Israel. And media, they are reflecting sometimes so many bad things. And but I want to tell you that there are many other people who really love you, who support you, who are not silent. And so now we want to sing this blessing. I know that this song already ministered to many.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה אשא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום וישם לך שלום שלום, וישם לך שלום. Shalom into your heart, shalom into your homes, shalom into your living rooms where you're watching right now. God is in control. וישמרך יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונקה אשא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום וישם לך שלום We have one last point actually on our list. And Leah, she was not in this room, she was in the next room and managing one of the chats, I think the German chat she was managing. And she also was with us in Israel and wants to share something.
Yeah, my name is Leah, and I want to tell you that Israel and the Israeli people have a very special place in my heart, and that I want to support you as a nation, and I want to bless you, and I want to pray for you. And yeah, for me, every time I came to Israel, for me it felt like coming home. And that's an experience I never had before, coming to a place that you don't know, and at the same time feeling like you are coming home. And this is very special for me. And as well, I want to share that I love to see how the people react to what we are doing on the streets, how they are smiling and they are laughing, and some are even crying. And I love to speak with the people, and they are asking us why we are doing it, and having these deep conversations and getting to know each other, and they're sharing their backgrounds, and we're telling them why we're doing it. And I am very thankful that I can be part of this. Yeah.
Thank you, Leah. Okay, I was wrong. We have one more video that we can show now.
To say that sometimes we feel like people hate Israel, hates us in the world from what we see, from what we read on the internet, and to see people that comes here just to say that you love us and you stand with us, it really moves me. It's amazing. So thank you a lot. Thank you for all you're doing, and we love you too.
That we played in the background there. We played that as well many times in Israel. We want to play it as maybe the last song. And before we have noch einen. Okay, we have another song, but yeah, we just play maybe 2 other songs, maybe 3, but with our program we are through actually. And yeah, keep in touch, please, with us. We also we take time. If you call us or if you send us a message, we can speak. If you have ideas what to do in the future, we can speak, and let's build friendship. All things good, you all things beautiful. When I stay with you, my heart it rests secure. You are all things good, you all things beautiful. When I stay with you, my heart it rests secure. You are all Yeah. Maybe, Tobi.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sie können ein Video gucken.
Sie können mein Video sehen.
Das ist ein Video von mir.
Was?
Yeah.
Chaim, we greeted him. Yes, we did. But again, Chaim, we love you. Yeah, okay. Maybe. Yeah? Huh? Yeah. Annabelle is just asking. She's coming. Yes, there she is.
Just one more. Rahel, if you are watching, I just want to say I want to give you a big hug. You and your kids, I want to give you a big hug. So, yeah.
It was a story, actually.
Actually, yes.
You wanted to...
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich sie so gut zusammenkriege.
Philip did it.
Philip, come on. Please.
So just a spontaneous story. So I remember I was together with Marcus's father, and we were talking to someone in Tiberias, and it was late, and we had already we'd been talking to this man for quite a while, and he started to kind of move away, and we were getting ready to part ways, and the man turned around and looked at Marcus's father, and he said, "Chag Sameach," and Gunnar said, "Well, all right," and then he went back to him and gave him a hug. That was the story.
Okay. One of our the last song now. One of our top evergreens that we played literally hundreds of times as the last song for tonight. And again, Polish people and Sasha, Ukrainian people, we didn't forget. So we should really do something together in Israel. Let's do it as soon as it is possible again.
My wife is coming.
Yeah. My sister, actually.
have to start
Turn
over
up her
again.
voice.
My kids are actually sleeping. And I'm wide awake.
We hope they are sleeping.
Somebody watching the baby phone in the other room, please. Gam kiele begeit amavet is ein ayel heri ve'ain yavo ezri lo irara ki ata imati
אתה עמדי,
אתה
עמדי, אתה עמדי, אתה עמדי. עיניי רואים לא אחסר, אך אל אלוהים דומי הנפשי. אדוני רואים לא אחסר. שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. בגיא צלמות עיניי אל הערי, מאין יבוא עזרי, לא ירא כי אתה עמדי. עמדי, אתה עמדי, אתה עמדי, אתה עמדי. אדוני רואי לא אחסר, אך אל אלוהים דומי הנפשי. אדוני רואי לא אחסר, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. אדוני רואי לא אחסר, אך אל אלוהים דומי הנפשי. אדוני רואי לא אחסר, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, שבתי בבית אדוני לעזרי, עזרי מאין אדוני 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 עזרי מאין. שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. אדוני אוהבי לא אחסר, אך אל אלוהים דומי הנפשי. אדוני אוהבי לא אחסר, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, שבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים.
לילה טוב.
And Chag Sameach. Yeah. Is it that for now?
And see you next year in Jerusalem.
Next year in Jerusalem.
Next year in Jerusalem.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Bye bye.